But Obi say, man, you from Mississippi. That's my way of teasing him. But he'll tell you like, man, I don't know nothing about no damn Mississippi. I've been out there all my life, which is true. But he did live in Mississippi for 3 years. He went to high school in Mississippi.
Well, he went to high school out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
for a few years. I think like 2 years, maybe 3, but I think 2 years. He went to high school out there. He went to, because he played. I know you've seen the clips. He went out there and played basketball, and he turned them boys out.
He was like cool in the state, huh? Or something like that.
Yeah, he was the top guy. Because out here in the Bay Area, we go between the leg, behind the back.
Like no one was doing that out there.
They was basic. They not now, but back then when my brother was out there, they was basic basketball, basic stop, jumper, basic layup. They was basic. So Junior coming out there doing all this trick shit. They like, oh damn, when the fuck, where he from? California? Shit, no, he ain't from. He from Mississippi, but he got California swag.
Right.
The way he played. But yeah, he went out there and just started breaking all kind of records. And he almost went to the pros.
Man.
He almost went to the pros. The only thing stopped him from going to the pros if they had robbed some pawn shop or something, took some typewriters, and niggas out in the South are snitches. So one nigga got caught. He tried to pawn his shit. He got caught, and he snitched on everybody else. And since Junior was with the pack, he got snitched on too, and they took his scholarship away. But he was about to go to the pros.
Man.
He probably wouldn't have been no LeBron James or Kobe or nothing like that, but he would have got some play and he would have been in the pros.
He would have been cool.
So I'm like, oh damn. So I was kind of mad. I'm like, these punk ass niggas fucked up my brother's career. Man. He could have been a goddamn pro basketball player, and you hating, jealous, snitching ass Negroes fucked this shit up. I was mad. Every time I think about it, I get mad.
Yeah.
I do, so I'm like, he could have been in fucking NBA because he was good. No telling what, how he could have elevated once he got in.
Rather than engaging in a direct verbal battle with Gates, LeBron chose to affirm his relationship with his
I get mad. I said, I would have knew who them niggas was, I'd be talking big shit about them to him.
Man. How was your relationship growing up?
Me and Junior?
Yeah, because it ain't like me and Trayvon. So how was your relationship growing up? Like, how'd y'all get along?
Like, kind of like it is now. We kind of got along. We kind of did. I mean, we kind of stayed in our own zone mostly. I stayed in my zone, in my room doing my thing. He stayed in his zone, this room doing his thing. And so kind of like it is now. The only thing is when we got older and mom wasn't there, that's when the problem came because there's certain stuff he do that I don't like. Like the biggest problem is really some dishes. Because me, every time I finish with a dish, so I like to rinse it out. You know what I'm saying? And just rinse it out. So it ain't clean, but it's clean. Ain't no food and no stains or nothing on it. But you still got to clean it for, germs or whatever. And when he leave his plate, he be leaving like spaghetti on there, steak bones. That shit be getting hard. Then I got to kind of scrape in the shit to get it off. But I got tired of doing that shit. I'm like, dude, rinse off your damn plate, man. I don't feel like scraping this shit off. Yeah. And he wouldn't do it. He'd leave, stuffed, potatoes, mashed potatoes, and they get hard. And I didn't like it, so I stopped washing his dishes. I started washing mine. I stopped washing his and just washing mine only. So yeah, that was a problem. And I think it was probably something else. But that was the main problem. Really, was the dishes. That was really our only problem. We had no problem with women. We was good. Yeah, it was really them dishes. It was really them dishes. That was the main problem. But we was all right. Of course we have anybody will have their disagreements. Of course we have our disagreements. But yeah, we was cool. But them dishes is a monster. Oh man. He don't be crazy with them dishes. I couldn't take it. I'm like, I gotta get my own spot. So I went to the office and asked them, apply for me a 1-bedroom.
Okay.
And actually, the first time I did it, the lady kind of wanted to deny me. It was she was the manager at that time, and she told me that I had to get a studio. I'm like, no, I don't want a studio. I want a 1-bedroom apartment. She tried to make it seem like I wasn't qualified for a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm like, well, why not? Because at the time, I've been working at Golden Gate Park for almost 15 years. So I got a job. I've been working a steady job for 15 years. I've been living in these buildings for, since I was a kid. Why is I'm not qualified? I didn't understand this. I said a 1-bedroom is for one people, right?
What
One or two
person?
people, a man and his girlfriend. You know, so that's what I'm thinking. So why is I'm not qualified? That's what the lady kept saying. So, you know, she wanted to give me a studio, so I didn't want a studio. So one day I went in there and I seen some dude in there. I don't know who the hell this dude was. He wasn't our regular manager. And I said, how you doing, man? You know, oh, I'm good. I said, I'm just trying to see if the manager in here. He's like, what you want? I said, well, I told him the situation. I said, well, I was trying to get a 1-bedroom apartment. I said, she tried to say I'm not qualified. I said, I've been having the same job for 15 years. Working as a warehouse and forklift driver. I'm basically raising. I've been in these buildings since I was like 5 or 7 years old. And she's telling me I'm not qualified for a 1-bedroom because the 1-bedroom that's available. And she's trying to say I'm only qualified for a studio. He like, she did? He like, yeah. He said, okay, hold up. Man, this motherfucker just, I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know who he was, what the fuck he did. But that nigga wrote some shit up. Next thing I know, I was in that apartment. I'm like, well, damn.
So who he was, no nothing.
I ain't never seen him again since. He was my angel. I've never seen him again since. So I'm thinking to myself, he was somebody that kind of partially owned the building or somebody from the church that had a higher position, and he was just sitting in probably for that day. Then when I told him my situation, like, oh, no, that ain't right. Young brother trying to get his own spot and working, and, you know, so he like, I'm going to get you that building. And he got it. I was like, wow. But that's how I got in, you know, through him. But the lady didn't want to give it to me. I think what the lady was trying to do, she was trying to get her daughter friend into one of them units. Right. You know, because the manager had a daughter, you know, she hung out with us in the hood. And she had a friend I was trying to get an apartment here. So I think she's telling me I'm not qualified because she's trying to give her friend that 1-bedroom apartment. And dude just basically beat her to the punch.
Right.
Because what makes her more qualified than me? She's by herself, too. So what make her more qualified than me? I've been working for 15 years and I already live in the buildings.
Man.
You know, so yeah. Yeah, but he did that, and then right after that, you know, she wasn't the manager too long. So I think she was doing some illegal shit. She just wanted to hook up her daughter's friend. She didn't want to, you know, hook me up. And I live in the damn building.
Like, man, I got you.
But yeah, so I got lucky. And I was blessed that they gave me this one, even though they supposedly gave me another one that's bigger, but they gave me the small one. I'm blessed to even have it. But it was another 2-bedroom apartment that was open. It was a 2-bedroom, but it was bigger than this one. You know, so I think the room was a little bigger, but it was a 2-bedroom also. So I guess they gave that to somebody else and gave me the smaller 2-bedroom. But I'm happy just to still be in here. You know what I mean? So my little man can have his own room. Yeah. So I'm proud of that. But I didn't get the bigger one. So
yeah, man.
That's how I got here. And she act like she didn't want to give me this 2-bedroom apartment. You know, she was trying to say, oh, well, you're not on your son's birth certificate. I said, yeah, but you know that's my son. And I showed you, I gave you the DNA papers showing that is my son. And I told you my situation with the mother. So you know my situation. But she kept trying to use that, you know, damn birth certificate as an excuse.
Like against me. Like,
and that's not really true. As long as I can prove that he is my son, I got access to him,
right.
Which I did. You know what I mean? So, you know, she finally did, because I was going to go to HUD and complain. I'm like, hold up, this ain't right. Yeah, I was going to really complain.
Man.
So now I got another reason to go to HUD, because I want a 4-bedroom.
Yeah, if I would have stayed up here a little bit longer, I could have been in that spot, huh?
Yeah.
I would have stayed up here a little bit longer. But
Yeah, you sure could have. Yeah, sure could have. Like you say you like it better in Vegas, huh?
Yeah, it's more spaced out, man.
It is.
You know.
It's kind of like LA. It's kind of like LA. There's no place, I don't think, in America like San Francisco. Because San Francisco is a small 7-square-mile city. That's why everything is so compact. Because it's a small city, so they got to put everything together. There's no space. So that's why I like it is. It's like when you go to Oakland got space. It's kind of, not like Vegas, but kind of like Vegas.
Okay.
They got space, you know. So all this stuff ain't really packed together, but that's why San Francisco is the way it is, because it's a small city. So that's why they say it's a convenient city, because you ain't got to go far to get to anything. You know, you can walk down the street to the grocery store, walk across the street to a fast food restaurant or a corner store. Downtown is walking distance. You know, so you know, San Francisco, specifically Fillmore. This is like the best spot, the best area in San Francisco is Fillmore because it's close to everything. It's right by BART, it's right by downtown, it's by the freeway, we're by everything.
Man.
And it's solid ground. So Fillmore is the best spot in San Francisco. When you think about Hunters Point, which is not by BART, you got to catch one bus to get to BART.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff, a lot of them houses over there is landfill because they right by the water. We in the middle. We ain't by the
Landfill,
water.
okay, right.
You know. But what I do like about Hunters Point is more black folks.
Right.
That's what I like about it. You know, just because of that.
Bans are relatively rare. They are not unprecedented in cases where behavior.
Even though we did live in Sunnydale before, I don't remember it, but I seen the pictures.
You don't remember?
I don't remember it, but I seen the pictures, so I know I have. My mother said we did, and she told me her stories when she went through living out there, and I see the pictures. So I'm like, okay, I don't remember it, but damn, and we lived in Metro Hill. I don't remember.
Man.
It might got something to do with this accident, because when I was like 12 years old, we got into a car accident.
Action regarding Gates's comments and courtside appearance. The league's decision would set a precedent for how
Like this
similar
motherfucker.
situations might
I
be
guess I got
handled.
chunks of buzz in there. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Gotta grind it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Social media, celebrity culture, and professional sports. The NBA found itself in a delicate position. On one hand,
I don't
the
know,
league
it's
generally
give me
tries
problems,
to
see if you
avoid
can fuck
inserting
with it.
itself into personal disputes
Might gotta put it in the
with
crutch, I
others
don't know.
unless absolutely necessary. On the other hand,
So, this one, Auntie Maggie was babysitting. She lived out there on Mission Street. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. It's crazy. But we was taking yellow cab, me and Junior going to Auntie house. I was in the front seat, in the passenger seat. Bros in the back. So I guess the yellow cab dude, I think he ran the red light, or he was trying to catch a light. But I remember I'm sitting at the door with my peripheral vision. I seen the truck coming. I seen it with my peripheral vision. Because you know, even though you're looking here, you can see over there.
Right,
So I seen the truck come with my peripheral vision, and it went black. That's the last thing I remember. Then I remember waking up in the hospital. But that's the last thing I remember. I seen that truck with my parental vision, then I woke up in the hospital. Then I think we was going to sue the yellow cab because he was in the wrong. So all the glass had got all in my head. So they literally had to open my head up and pull glass out of my head. Out of my, that's just by my brain, my temple.
Yeah.
So they literally had to pull glass about it. That's why the scar is here.
Yeah.
That's where the scar come from. So so they did that shit, and I think, and like I said, we tried to sue Yellow Cab. The motherfuckers went bankrupt,
Man.
so I couldn't sue them.
Damn.
So that's what happened.
You couldn't get that at the last minute, huh?
They went bankrupt.
They
No, once you go bankrupt, that's it. And now the motherfuckers is back in effect, back in motion. When I seen the motherfuckers back in motion, I wonder could I sue these motherfuckers again so I can go back in time and, pull out some paperwork. But I think when this accident happened, it messed up my speech.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I know it did. It fucked my speech up. Because there's certain words, easy words, I can't pronounce. I'm like, damn. There's some word I just can't pronounce. I'm like, wow, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But in this case, it appears the league opted for a more measured approach rather than an outright ban. Sources close to the NBA
Like,
officials had discussions
like
with
interesting. I can't pronounce that. I'm trying to say, interesting, but I'm trying to say interesting. I can't pronounce it. Interstream, I just can't pronounce interesting.
Interesting.
I just can't pronounce it. I'm like, that's interesting, man. But it ain't right.
You don't sound right.
Yeah, but I can't pronounce it. So I got to replace interesting with, man, that's interesting. I can say that. So I got to replace them words with other words that mean the same thing. But yeah, I can't say interesting. For some reason, I just can't.
Yeah.
I even have a lady friend, one time, she even went it syllable by syllable, the whole nine. I pronounce the syllable slow, but when I go back to say it, it's the same thing. Interesting. She like, hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. And I think it's a few other words like that too. I don't know what other. But I think it's like 2 or 3 words that I can't pronounce. You know. But yeah, but it fucked up my speech.
Yeah.
Then I think it slowed me up too. Cause I used to be good at capping. I used to be talking about motherfuckers, capping my ass off. I used to be a loudmouth.
Hell yeah.
Not anymore. That shit shut me down from that. I can't cap like I used to, but I used to cap on motherfuckers and talk about them so bad. Oh man, I talked about a female so bad I had her ass crying. I had her ass crying. She ran off. I literally bagged on her right just when we used to go to Benjamin Franklin. She was a heavyset chick. I don't know, but she was a heavyset chick. But when the school bell ring, when we had to go home from the walk all the way from Benjamin Franklin to, because she lived in Friendship, all the way here, I just talked about her. And she just couldn't take it and she started crying. I was mean. I'm like, why did I do that? I was mean. And the crazy part about it, as she got older, she ended up getting kind of fine. I guess that fatness went into thickness. And she actually started looking kind of good. I'm like, damn. I seen her later on, I kind of want to holler at her. But I'm thinking like, hell no, she ain't going to fuck with me. She going to remember what I used to do to her when she was younger. Like, fuck that. But she actually grew up to be kind of thick and nice looking.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
Second, it highlights the increasingly blurred lines between
I can't remember her name.
entertainment and social media.
I forgot her
Comments
name.
made on platforms like Instagram can quickly
You want to roll up another one? I did make this one too chunky.
If it's cool with you.
Yeah.
If it's cool with you,
Yeah, I did make this one a little too.
LeBron's measured response, focusing on
Too
his
chunky.
relationship with Savannah rather than directly engaging with Gates' criticism, was widely praised as the perfect way to handle such a situation. The absence of an official
Yeah,
NBA
so
ban on
shit.
Gates, contrary to some
Yeah, that
also
shit was-
reflects the
that
league's
shit
new
brought me
approach
something
to
else.
such controversy.
But yeah.
Rather than taking dramatic punitive action, the NBA appears to
I
have
put the
worked
papers in
behind the
there.
scenes to ensure that
But
the
yeah, that's,
situation
you know,
continues.
so I always blame my speech on that. Because before that, I was something else.
For fans of both
Somebody that
basketball
shit
and
fucked up my
celebrity
speech.
culture, this episode serves as a fascinating case study in how social media comments can quickly spiral into major
So what you was eating though?
affecting not just the individuals directly
The breakfast that Amaris didn't finish eating this morning, I made him breakfast. Sometimes he eat it, sometimes he don't. So since he didn't eat it, I said, well, I ain't going to waste it. So I put it in the microwave and heat it up and just ate his little 2 sausages and pancakes.
So he at school?
No, he at his mother's house today. I get him every weekend and Wednesday. Every Wednesday and on the weekends. Every first and second weekend. And every first, second, and actually fourth. His mother only get him 1 time a month. So I'm trying to go back to court. I'm supposed to have a court day in May, I thought. I'm like, the motherfuckers ain't told me I ain't seen no paperwork, so I need to go back down there. Like, what's up with that court day? What day is that? Because I want to change the thing. I thought she's supposed to have maybe I have first and second, she have third and fourth.
Yeah.
But instead, I got first, second, and third, and she got every fifth. And it's only 4 weeks in a month. I think it's only 2 months out the year that do have a fifth week.
Fifth week.
I'm like, hell nah. I said, we can split that. She gonna take one of them 5th weeks. I'm gonna take one of them 5th weeks. And she gonna take them maybe first and second. I'm gonna take them maybe first and second like I'm doing. And she gonna get them maybe third and fourth. I don't know how the hell it became the 5th. I don't know if that was a misprint or I don't know. Because I was thought in court that I got her maybe first and second, and she got her maybe third and fourth. I could have swore that's what it was in court. Then I went back and looked at the paperwork. I'm like, oh, she got her maybe 5th? I'm like, what the fuck?
Man.
And I started looking at the calendar. I'm like, ain't no damn 5th week. It's only 4 weeks in a month. Then my mother's like, oh no, I think it's 2 months. She had named them. I forgot the month, but she had named them. Let me know it is 2 months out the year that dude got 5 weeks. So I guess whatever month go to the 31st, I guess that's the one. I'm assuming.
They got the 5th week, huh?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, I love him. I love my little man, but I need some of my weekends free. And I keep telling him I need my weekends free, and I told him why, because I do the radio. You know what I'm saying? When I bring him to the radio station with me sometimes, I don't mind that. But sometimes I need to be to myself, because every time I bring him to the station, you know how he is. He start yelling, running around the stations, pulling shit off the wall, pulling pictures off the wall. Like, you can't pull these pictures off the wall. These are valuable pictures. We got fucking plaques, you know, so like
Yeah.
plaques of
Record
recording
placers
artists.
and-
Yeah,
yeah, record
and in
placers.
his tool, we can grab one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be like, please don't grab that shit and break it. That's not replaceable. You
Man.
know, so that picture frame is replaceable, but this shit is
The
not
plaque is
replaceable.
not,
It's the
yeah.
plaque that was given to the station from a record company.
Yeah.
That's non-replaceable. So I'll be like, oh man, please don't touch that. And the ones that's in his range is Digital Underground and Sir Mix-a-Lot. For Baby Got Backs,
Yeah.
that went platinum, so he gave us a plaque for that because we was the first station to play his music here in the Bay Area. And then Digital Underground did the same thing. So that's in it because it's going up the stairway. And
Yeah.
that's his reach because when he on the stairs, it's kind of by his hand. The other ones is way up so he can't get to him. But them two bothers me. And I don't want to, you know, he's starting to get older and really mess with shit. And, you know, it's getting to the point I can't be at the station that long because he's doing too much yelling and fucking with shit.
Yeah.
So most of the time I just go there. When I got him, I go there. I might do an hour, you know what I'm saying? Then the rest would be pre-recorded. You know, I just can't do a show really with him there no more. Then sometime I do. Damn, she do got cheeks. Then sometime I do, you know what I'm saying, do my 3-hour show with him. But the 4 hours, I just can't do no more.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, the going rate is about $370.
That's something else, man.
Mm-hmm.
55,000 per check. Wow. That must be lined with gold.
Hmm.
Shannon, you're just not that sharp. ESPN.
Shannon, you're just not that sharp.
Disney owns ESPN, so that's why they had to let it go because they're a good, clean, upstanding company. Wink, wink, child molesting, freak motherfuckers. Anyway, the rat with the gloves don't want no fingerprints left anywhere, so they had to let it. You should have listened to
Okay,
me.
what's that song I was talking about? Kevin Gates, No Names.
Getting that from YouTube.
Chill, girl.
Okay. This is the only song I hear in my life. It ain't even a rap song.
Right.
Ain't gotta say no names.